Okay, we just finished part 1, and now I'm going to request part 2 of 10 for the Industry Career Agent. Let's move on from the next stage in the process. Go out there, find any asteroid belt, and mine some Veldspar. You'll need at least 100 units, then reprocess it here at the station and give me the results. If you succeed, I'll give you a new mining frigate. Alright, so we'll get the Venture. Let's accept. We've already got a miner equipped to our ship, so if we pull open our fitting, we've already got a miner, which will mine, so let's just undock. And he says go to any asteroid belt and mine. So every system is going to have some asteroid belts. Now there's a couple ways to get to them. You can just right click in space and go to asteroid belts, and then go to any one of them you want. I'll just say warp to within 0. Another way is to use your mining tab, and in your mining tab you can see the asteroid belts here, and you can see how far away they are, and you can right click and warp to any one you want. In this case I just picked a random one and warped to it. Now beware, at these asteroid belts there can be NPC, the computer pirates. So you should carry some form of defense with you, whether it's a couple drones, or a blaster, or a friend. Okay, so now that we're here, let's zoom out, and this is interesting because this whole asteroid belt is mined out completely. Yeah, there's like no asteroids here at all, which is pretty rare. Let's try another asteroid belt. We are to see where we're at. We're over here on the left. Jovelin 6, asteroid belt 1. Let's go asteroid belts. Let's go to Jovelin 7, asteroid belt 1.
Warp drive active.
Alright. Off to another asteroid belt. We'll see what we find there. Wow, this one's all mined out too. That's pretty crazy. Is this whole system mined out?
Drive
if this
active.
whole system is completely mined out, we'll have to jump another system over and find one. It's kind of a rare sight to see an entire asteroid belt completely mined out. Okay, almost there. This one is all mined out too. Let's try something. Let's try our scanner probe. Let's see if there's any ore sites. There is an ore site. There is an ore site here. This is a cosmic anomaly. Why don't we warp there and see what's there?
Warp drive
Let's see if there's
active.
any Veldspar there. So you can find, sometimes you'll find anomalies, which are the ones that you can find using your onboard ship scanner without any scanner probes. And sometimes you'll find an ore site. It looks like there's actually a couple ore sites around. These may be training sites for people, they may not be regular ones, but we'll go see if they have any Veldspar. Now sometimes you can also scan down, so some of these red ones that you have to scan down with probes, sometimes those can be ore sites that have ore as well. Alright, now you can see there's lots of Veldspar here actually. Let's just pick the closest one, approach it, turn on our afterburner to get there quicker, and we need to be within 10 kilometers to use our miner. So we'll just make our way there with our afterburner. You can see your speed down here. And by default it'll go to the maximum speed, but if you want to set it, you can click on that plus. Make sure you're setting your ship to full speed. If you want to set it to some arbitrary speed, like 3/4 speed or half speed, you just click and it'll start going that speed, or you can click the minus on the left and completely stop. But we're just gonna keep on approaching. And once we get within 10 kilometers, we can start mining. We should be able to lock onto it now though. Okay. And now we're within 10. Let's start mining. Now, if you want to see how much ore it would take, let's see. You either have to look up a chart or maybe we can find it here. So if we right click on the Veldspar and do show info and look at attributes, we can see, okay, the volume is 0.1 of a cubic meter, and our miner 1 here will do 46 cubic meters. So if you do the math with the volume and the volume we do here, you can figure out how many units you get, which I think we saw last time was like 420 units, something like that. In order to reprocess, you need 100. So for every 100, we can run a reprocess unit. Now, if we go to the industry tab, we'll see that for one yield of reprocessing, which is 100 units, we will get 415 units of tritanium. So here it says we need 150. Oh, you know what? This site is definitely one of those training sites. And that Veldspar doesn't have anything in it. It just has 1 unit. So I'm going to jump over to the next
Warp
station.
drive active.
But you know what? We probably had enough Veldspar left over from before. Because if you're getting 450 for every 100 Veldspar, then you only need 100 to reprocess to get enough tritanium. And if I look under my assets, I guess I don't have any in my cargo. This is it. This is all I've got is this 76. So I just picked a Stargate and I jumped to it. I'm gonna jump into the other system and go find some asteroids. Hopefully it won't be this hard for you, and your starter system should have some ore. But in this rare situation, I'm gonna have to jump over to another system. Luckily, we don't need much. We only need like 20 Veldspar units, which is nothing.
Warp drive active.
I won't even have to run a full cycle. You know, you could also just buy the tritanium and do your mission, but it's better to learn how to get tritanium on your own. Okay, so now if we look at our mining tab, we're going to see lots of stuff, which is what we want. This asteroid belt still is very, very bare and very thin, but there's a Veldspar asteroid. So let's approach it. There it is. That's the one we got our eye on. We're going to approach it with our afterburner on. And I just need to get within 10 kilometers. And you can click on it and hit lock, and then click your gun. Or another way to do it is to click on your miner, and then it's going to basically wait for you to click on target the thing you want. So you can either click on it here, or you can click on it in space. And this will lock and initiate your gun as soon as the lock is done. I say gun, but I mean the mining laser. So I'm just going to let it run a couple cycles and fill up my cargo, and I'm going to pause it until that's done. Okay, I just finished mining that asteroid, and I've got 883 units of Veldspar. So now I'm going to go back to my station, where my career agent is,
Warp drive
and start a
active.
conversation with them. Well, first we're going to have to take the Veldspar and reprocess it. So I'm going to make my way back to the station first, and then I will be right back. Okay, I've made it back to the station, and now I'm going to open my cargo. I'm going to go to the inventory, and then go to my ship cargo. I'm going to drag the Veldspar from my ship cargo to my item hangar. Here, I'm going to right click and do reprocess. Here it'll show me that if I reprocess these Veldspar, then we'll get the tritanium over here on the right. We'll get 1600 tritanium. And here it'll tell us what our yield is. Base yield is 50%, and as you skill up certain skills, you can improve the efficiency and get more tritanium out of it. So they're going to charge us a little bit, 400 ISK just to process it. I'm going to dump it in my hangar. So okay, let's reprocess. Now we've got 1600 tritanium, which is well more than enough to turn in our mission. So now let's have a conversation. Right click and do start conversation. We can see checkboxes. We've got what we need, and we're going to get a venture as our reward. So let's right click and do show info. And here you can see this is a mining frigate, and you get a bonus to this for every skill level you have in the mining frigate skill. So if I open my skills up here in the top left with Alt X, then okay, dismiss, that's fine. Mining frigate is what I was looking for. So that's under spaceship command, and then there's one called mining frigate. There it is. So mining frigate, you can queue up your skills by dragging them down like that. And for every skill of mining frigate you have, you'll get these bonuses. 5% bonus to mining yield, 5% reduction in gas cloud harvesting. So this ship is meant for mining ore and mining gas. It also gets a straight bonus of 100% bonus to mining and gas cloud harvesting. So if you fit 2 miners on it, it's going to be as efficient as if you had 4 miners on it. It also gets 2+ bonus to the warp core strength, which means if any bad guy is trying to attack you and prevent you from warping away, you've got some extra warp strength so that you can try and get away. It also gives you a Sino field bonus, which is not something you need to worry about as a beginner. It's something more for capital ship players to help them travel around. So it's a nice frigate for mining, and it also has a drone bay, so you can actually fit 2 mining drones or 2 combat drones, or mix them. And it's got an ore hold of 5,000 cubic meters. So you can fit a lot of ore. My other ship here, let's see what it has. It has 125. So with 5,000 ore hold, you can sit there and mine an asteroid for a while and fill up your whole cargo bay and then bring it back without having to make a bunch of trips back. So let's complete it. We got our ISK, we got our venture. So let's open over here the inventory and go to ship hangar, and then we see our venture. We can right click and click assemble ship, right click, make active. And that's going to essentially put us inside that ship. And so now we see we are inside our mining frigate. And if we go to the fitting window, we can start fitting it. Now if we want to grab the modules off our old ship, we can go to the inventory again and find our ship here, right click it, and go down to strip fitting. When you strip the fitting, all the modules are going to go into your item hangar. So now if we wanted, we can take our blaster and our miner here and our afterburner and equip it all to our new ship and make this our new mining ship. Alright, so in the next video I will request part 3 and do part 3.